everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you've had a fabulous week so far and that everything is going beautifully for you right now. My name is Miri Pizann. I am a gluten-free coach. And let's see, today is Friday, December 15th. We've just got a little bit more till the end of December. My goodness, it's coming. It feels like it's coming so fast. So welcome to the League of Gluten Free Adventurers. I hope that having some tech issues. There we go. Okay. So welcome to the League of Gluten Free Adventurers. I hope that you're having a great time, and I'm so glad to be here with you today. I really do enjoy our lives. So yeah, it's good to be here. So let's see. The reason I'm doing this is because like when I started out as a gluten-free person on my gluten-free adventure, I felt so lonely and it was so hard. And I want to tell all the people who are starting out that it does get better. There are more of us out there than you think. You are not alone. And so I just want you to know that you are welcome to be a part of our community here. And really, the League of Gluten Free Adventurers is a beautiful community. I really adore the people. They are so friendly. We really do have a great group. So, today I wanted to talk with you about strategies for gluten-free holiday eating. Okay. And we've already talked about this throughout the week in the league. But it's a really good idea to have your favorites on hand, and this is kind of key to help you staving off the desire to cheat, because like we got to remember this is not a diet the way that most people think of a diet. It's not something that you go on for a little while, you reach your goal, and then you don't have to do it anymore. This is for life, right? And so the approach has to be different than it would be if you were just going on a diet. You don't want to cheat. This is going to affect your health, which can in turn affect the rest of your life. So you want to stay gluten-free all the time so that you're not causing problems for yourself, right? And so one of the best things that you can do when there's food everywhere is to bring or have your favorites on hand, right? And I know that within the group, one person mentioned that one of her favorite holiday treats is fudge. And so she brings fudge with her everywhere. So then when people are putting out cookies or whatever, she knows that she gets to have her favorite. And that's fantastic. So figure out what your favorite is and then, carry that with you. And I want you to also remember that your health is important. It is so important. This is, like I said, it's something that's going to affect you for the rest of your life. So you want to find the tricks and tips and techniques so that to help you avoid cheating, right? To help you stay solid in your gluten-free adventure. And the best way that I have found for me personally is to love the food that I have and to make it so much better that I don't want the crappy stuff that somebody got at the bakery that was mass produced. And, like I want to eat food that I really enjoy. And that's the other part too, is that when you're bringing your own food, you already know how it's going to taste. You already know that you like it. You already know that you enjoy it. So make sure to choose food for yourself that just, this it feels good to eat it, right? And it is, I just want to remind you that it's possible to find delicious gluten-free food, because if it doesn't taste good, that is not a sign that it's gluten-free. That's a sign that the baker or the chef doesn't know how to cook gluten-free correctly. And there's a world of difference there. Okay. So when it comes to holiday meals, um, it might be a little bit too late to say this now, but my best approach is to host, because if I'm hosting, I can control what is going to be on that table, and I can make sure that it is safe for me. And you can do the same thing too. And you know what? You don't have to do something big and fancy. A lot of people think like they've got these ideas that you have to make it so much bigger and so much better, and it's like you don't. You have to make food that you enjoy, have people around you that you like. Let's see, Carrie said, I made a flourless chocolate cake that is divine. Ooh, that sounds so good. Carrie, I hope you share the recipe with us. Because that's the thing, is like we want to be able to have the food that's so good, right? And so with the holiday meals, you can control what you're making. You can make sure that it tastes good for everybody. And you can also remind guests that if they want to bring something, tell them these are your medical requirements, so that they're bringing food that's safe for everybody. And you know what? If you're not hosting, you can always talk to your host about your medical needs, right? These are medical needs. It's not you being on a diet for a couple of months. This is a medical issue for you. And find out if they can accommodate you safely. And if they can, that is freaking fantastic. And if they can't, that's okay. That's actually good. It's good that they're telling you that they can't, because you want them to be honest. It would be so much worse if they said they could accommodate you and then ended up making you sick, right? So if they cannot accommodate you, bring your own food. It is okay. You know what? This is, again, it's a medical condition. You want to keep that in mind. You know, but your priority is to make sure that your health is guarded. That's the top priority. Nobody wants you to be sick, especially during a holiday. Okay, so if you need to, bring your own food, but don't take the risks. And the one, this is my pet peeve. This is the one that I bring up all the time. But if somebody tells you one little bite won't hurt, you can remind them that you do have a medical condition. And just like they wouldn't offer sugar to a diabetic, they shouldn't be offering you something that would make you sick. Okay, so if you have any other questions or comments about these tips, please do drop them in the comments. I love hearing from you, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And I don't see any questions right now, so I am going to move over to the Q&A. And Paula had written to me and asked what she can do for breakfast and lunch. And so that's a great question, Paula. And what that sounds like to me is that you're kind of starting out and trying to figure things out at the very beginning. And because you are starting out, I'm going to suggest you want to keep things simple until you have a better handle on what you can and can't have. So start with a protein, you know, you can have the eggs. If you hate eggs, you can have um, bacon or sausage or something like that. Oh, and let's see. Carrie says, we're having our family Christmas tomorrow. I'm making a gluten-free egg bake for everyone. That sounds fabulous. And I'm also making things that I can't eat, but will have other favorites for myself. Marvelous. That sounds so fun. Like for me, my personal thing is I don't make things like I don't make anything that I can't eat. But I know that there are lots of people who have figured out ways to make it work. And so that is marvelous. Kari, I hope that Kari or Carrie, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but I hope that you have a fabulous Christmas celebration. That sounds so good. Um, but yeah, so you want to start with a protein, with like salt and pepper or another seasoning that you know for certain is gluten free, and then have some veggies which are raw or steamed, and a carbohydrate like potatoes or rice. So as you learn what you can and can't have, you can start adding in gluten-free versions of old favorites. So for breakfast, you could have eggs, you could do gluten-free pancakes and muffins. There are mixes available at most grocery stores that are gluten free. And I mean, like when I first started, I was really kind of against getting a mix off of the shelf because I was like, I know how to bake. And I knew how to bake with wheat, but I didn't know how to bake gluten free. And so once I actually started using mixes, it kind of like got my confidence back. And it was like, oh, yeah, I can have good food. It can be delicious and safe for me too. So don't be afraid to go and have some of those mixes, right? When it comes to cereal, you want to steer clear of anything that has wheat in it, obviously, or anything that is sweetened with barley. And unfortunately, that includes Kellogg's Rice Krispies. They do sweeten it with barley. So you really need to read your ingredients list carefully. Um, Rye, I don't see so often when it comes to breakfast cereals, but absolutely, wheat and barley do show up a lot there. And you also want to be cautious of oats. Um, for one thing, some people who are gluten free also react to oats for whatever reason. We still don't know why exactly. But in addition, because of the supply chain issues that COVID caused, there is a spike in oats being cross contaminated, even if it says that they are from a gluten free source. So you can still have oats, maybe, but just be very, very cautious about that. Okay. But, if you can have oatmeal. But like if you miss oatmeal, you could have another hot grain. They have I have seen a cream of rice and a cream of buckwheat. You can also like take buckwheat, you can toast it if you want to kind of bring out the flavor, but then you cook it like oatmeal and it's freaking delicious. It's so good. You can throw the same stuff in there that you would with oats. You'd throw in the apples or the cinnamon or the brown sugar or the raisins, whatever it is that you really like in your oatmeal. You can do that with something like I have had porridge made out of millet and buckwheat. Those two are my favorites. I mean, like there's the you can make a congee out of rice, and there's a corn one too that you can make. But like, try new and different things and expand your horizons, right? So again, for like the dry cereals, Chex is a great place to start. They have rice and corn Chex. And there's also a brand called Barbara's that makes a lot of gluten-free cereals, and but you still need to be careful with them. So there are options out there. You just need to read the labels carefully and take a visit to a health food store, because it's going to be easier for you to identify the brands there, because they have a much more narrow selection, and those brands, like they're much more clear if they're gluten free. So it's harder to weed through the stuff that's not safe at a health food store. But you can also look on Amazon for gluten free cereals. And now for lunch, for me, I really like having leftovers from dinner. Like, I don't know, that maybe that's just a me thing. There's also decadent salads. I am not talking about just dump out the bag and put some, I mean, like, put some chopped protein on there and throw in some of your favorite toppers and like have like a salad that you really enjoy, not just something to get you through, not like a diet salad. You know what I'm saying? I do want to say one thing though, which is to be careful of lunch meat and processed meat of any kind, right? So like the slices of things, or the the sausage, the bacon, any of the meat that's been processed, believe it or not, they can slip gluten in there. And I don't know why, but you do have to be careful, even for stuff like bacon. So I like to look for them putting gluten free somewhere on the label, or like the less processed it is, the safer it's going to be. So my personal favorite brand that I have seen on the West Coast is Applegate Farms. There's also Crushmar, and can't remember how to spell that, but they have really great stuff. And boar's head. So if you're like at one of the grocery stores with a deli and you see boar's head there, almost everything that boar's head has is gluten free and safe for you. So I don't see any other questions in the comments section. So I am going to say that's that's today. Oh, Kari says, I love to add grilled pineapple or grilled peaches on a salad. Oh my God. Yes, that sounds amazing. Yes. What was the other one? I found this at Trader Joe's a while back. They had a spinach salad with dried cranberries in there. And I now this was I had this a long time ago. I don't remember if it's gluten free or not. So I'm not saying go out to Trader Joe's, but you know, that's actually a delicious combination too. Yeah, fruit on salads can be really yummy. It just adds that bright pop of flavor. So, let me see. That is everything that I have for you this week. I hope that you have a fabulous week to come and that you are able to keep your stress levels nice and low. And I did want to tell you that I don't know, maybe I should have put this out for Thanksgiving, but I'm getting it as I think of it. But I actually like really love doing meditations, and I have recorded one as a free gift to everybody. And it is a 5-minute gratitude meditation. So I don't remember what the link is. And so let me go get that for you and I will put it in the comments. But please enjoy a 5-minute gratitude. This is a great way to start your day with the right mindset, you know, to kind of keep you focused on the good things in life. So I will get that link to you and drop it down in the comments. And again, enjoy. I hope that you have a beautiful, calm, relaxed, productive week ahead. Enjoy everything out there that you plan on enjoying. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you on the 22nd. Okay, take care, everybody.